Hey, Scott Lara. Scott Lara 1961 on Twitter. TheCruiseGenius.com. Let's take a walk. Going from Helios down to Colonial. It is really nice here. It's end of October 2020. And I really want to comment on something about the weather. Because if you look at weather.com or other weather apps, I mean, I looked at it last night. Death, destruction, rain, 100% rain. And it's like, wait a second. It is so not accurate. So I would just advise you, from my personal experience, don't just take that stuff with a grain of salt and go out and do what you're gonna do, because it's nice. It's nice here, I'll tell you that. And pardon the shoes again, I got these flip-flops on, so they're kind of clunking around here. The winds and rain of Zeta did hit Riviera Maya and TRS Yucatán, but the staff have been working like overtime to get the resort up to speed, and they really had to do a lot of work to ensure that number one, that the guests were safe, taken care of, and to take care of the property. You know, there's a lot to do. So there's the saltwater pool. Hey, my friend.
Hola, ¿qué tal?
All right, you doing okay?
Yeah, sir. Thank you. All right, thank you, sir.
Okay, say Scott
Scott,
Lara,
Lero,
USA.
USA.
There you go. Thank you, my friend. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So anyway. So anyway, as I was saying, they have really been taking care of me here. They're just so kind. And as I've said before in my other videos, it doesn't matter if you're a travel club, if you're just a regular person, you know, who maybe just booked online, your first time here, your 100th time here, it doesn't matter. Every guest is special, and they really do a great job to ensure that everyone is taken care of. And I think I've said this in one or two of my other videos, you know, family, you know, from guest to family. And you know how it is on cruises, right? You know, I got 150 days on Holland America Line, 75 days on Carnival. I've been on NCL, been on Royal. And how on cruises, you go back and you see whomever. And oh, it's good to see you again. If it was Leo or if it's Sherwin, or there's just so many people I could just roll off the tip of my tongue of the people on cruises. But it's like that here. The people, okay, here's the deal. I was here like about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. The first time I was here, my friends Dwight and Connie invited me, and I came and was here at Riviera Maya. I stayed at Colonial. And it was so nice. I got to meet the people. And then I went to an event called the Palladium Master Experience, which is for travel agents, to learn more about Palladium. And I got to meet a lot of the senior staff, management and so forth. And so that was kind of cool. And then I came back end of July to TRS Coral and Grand Palladium Costa Majeres to see about their reopening because of COVID. And now I'm here at TRS Yucatán / Grand Palladium Riviera Maya because they just reopened a couple weeks ago. And you have to hand it to these folks. I mean, they are just amazing. The folks are just, they're so happy to see tourists return. And, you know, of course, you know, for jobs, I mean, they don't have it like we do in the US, right? Obama phone and welfare and COVID, you know, the money, the COVID money that people got, like whatever, $1,200 per person. for the Paycheck Protection Plan, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so they've really been hurt because of COVID. And that's what I've been trying to tell my audience. Listen, cruising is paused. So come to a Palladium resort. Jamaica, Punta Cana, I think it's going to be opening soon. Riviera Maya, Costa Mujeres. And I tell you, once you get here, you're going to say, Scott. And I'm going to say, what? You were right. I'll tell you, when my friend Connie told me about these all-inclusives, I said, because I love cruising because you get off in a different port every day, right? Well, I've been to Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, Martinique, St. Bart, St. Kitts. Been to San Juan, St. Thomas. And, are they all the same kind of, sorta? And you get off on one, it's kind of like the same thing everywhere. And they're great. I love all those ports, but I've been there. Marty's been there. And when you come, see, my thought about coming here was, you're stuck on the resort. You're stuck here. Well, what do we say about cruises? You unpack only once. Well, here you unpack only once. And there are excursions you can take. You can get on a boat and go snorkeling. You can go to the cenote. You can do lots of things. So you're not limited to staying on the resort if you don't want to. You can do a lot of things. And for the folks who, like me, who complain about NCL nickeling and diming you to death, which has been kind of the deal, right? I mean, we all know it doesn't matter what cruise line it is, but we all know that NCL is notorious. They are the leaders in nickel and diming, right? This is before COVID now, so let's say that. But before COVID, I mean, every 6 months, and go to cruiseradio.net, take a look at Doug's reporting on that, about all these increases, where if it's the tips, if it was for pictures, if they were starting to cut services regarding, and we all remember this, okay? And I got in trouble for it because I talked about it. When John Heald was out there at some Thanksgiving Day parade, they had a carnival float, and he floated the idea, or he said the policy about, you having to pay for room service. And of course, NCL, they were starting that already, where having to pay for certain things. And I blew it up, man. I was on TV talking about it, and I was like, man, when's it gonna stop? So anyway, cruising is gonna be different. We all know that. I'll always cruise. I love to cruise, and you know why. I'm a U.S. Navy veteran. I love being out to sea. I love the people, the food's good. But let's look about cutbacks, right? Before COVID, people, this is before COVID. You remember on Carnival, on 4 or 5 day cruises, you'd get lobster? You remember that? And then they did away with lobster on 4 or 5 day cruises, something like that. And man, there was an outcry then. Fewer cabin stewards, or cabin stewards having to do 30 or 35 rooms a day, which, I mean, that's a lot. And the biggest thing that bothered me, and I think it bothered a lot of people, was that people would stand that long line at guest services the night before you pull back into port. And what did they do? 3, 2, 1. They took their tips off, right? And so that really bothered me, because here's some minor damage from Zeta right here. I'll try to step over it. So anyway, these folks are in line, a mile-long line, taking their tips off. And you remember how NCL, they had this little policy? Hold on, let me navigate this. I stepped over it. I'm okay. So anyway, they had this policy for a short period of time saying you cannot take your tips until you get home, right? Well, that didn't last long. cut to the chase, Scott. Grand Palladium, Costa Mujeres, TRS Coral, TRS Yucatán, Grand Palladium Riviera Maya. I've been here personally. It's an amazing experience. An experience unlike any other. Email me, slayer1961@gmail.com. Go to thecruisegenius.com. Let me know if you want to come. I'm going to try to put a group together soon to have like a bunch of us come down here and let's have fun. Let's bless these folks who've been working. And once you come here, yeah, you'll still cruise. I bet you will. But you will understand what I enjoy about the all-inclusive resort experience with Palladium. Scott Lara, ScottLara1961 on Twitter, thecruisegenius.com. Have a great day. I'm out. Say it with me. Peace.